Hello, it's now 2:45 p.m. exact. I'm gonna do the video anyway. So any noise that you hear is noise campaign, noise harassment from the neighbors. So I try to close all the doors. Well, the only window that's open now is the bathroom. But I close the bathroom door and I close the bedroom door. I close all the doors. So I closed all the doors and it doesn't seem like it much reduces the noise. I mean, they even have their door closed and everything is still like very loud. So I'm going to try to do the video anyway, because this is like basically what I've been doing, just about every day since being up in here. But when I would be in Bloomington, Texas, I did like one video like later in the morning or earlier afternoon and then another one late at night. But I hated the schedule of, not being able to fall asleep until somewhere between 2 and 6 in the morning. And then waking up at between 12 and 4 p.m. or having little to no sleep at all. I hated that. So I try to wrestle with trying to force myself to practice to go to bed and try to shut down all social media, shut down everything at night. So even living up in here, certain moments I can't even get to sleep until after 4 o'clock in the morning. But then I will wake up at 9 or something like that and still can't get a nap. So, excuse me. Yesterday, sorry, they tortured me all day yesterday and almost all day today. So they strategically waited for when I tried to listen to the Bible. That's when they cranked up the noise really bad. And I documented pretty much everything I went through yesterday. But one thing I think I forgot to mention, well, I didn't get to because that was after I did the videos yesterday. But the skank perp neighbor right there with the I don't know how many kids, well, the baby daddy, yesterday, when I walked into the kitchen or I tried to walk outside myself, and then he walked out with a bag of garbage. So he's always going in and out whenever I go in and out. And it's like, it's too coincidental to happen so much between me and him. So I believe he's a perp too. And, I already got documentation on her. So the online YouTube gang stalkers, which is my twin sister's cult followers, they act like they think they got the fake authority to dictate that I should not be allowed to mention her or talk about her. Like, that's off limits. But it's none of your business because I have y'all accounts blocked. Y'all the criminal stalkers trying to control me, but then say that they have every right to live as they please and do what they want, but then you're trying to control everything I do. So, and what I do with my neighbors is none of y'all business. I'm talking about my twin sister's cult followers, the online perps. So, they're the criminals too. So, yeah, I didn't get the opportunity to document that. I don't remember if I was walking towards the kitchen or if I was walking towards outside. Excuse me, and he came out the exact same time I did. So Excuse me. So then yesterday for dinner, I had the last of that leftover of the all those vegetables, the cooked vegetables that basically I put them in the freezer and they lasted me just about all month. So living off of, for at least 3 weeks, eating kale, carrots, and celery with a few pieces of garlic or a couple of pieces of garlic. So the last of that and another muffin and also some blueberries. I'm surprised that after me eating that, I'm surprised, and I forgot what time it was. It probably was somewhere between, it was before 7 o'clock. But I'm surprised that me eating that, I'm surprised I wasn't hungry in the middle of the night or craving food. But then I had nothing to eat until after, it was after 10:30 this morning. But last night, I think I did hear the neighbor's TV all night again. But after some time, I think they turned it off. But last night, I went to bed at about 11:40 last night. I think it was about 11:40 or 11:45 last night. And I'm surprised last night I was able to sleep much better. But I'm still like cognitively not 100% on point because I find myself saying messed up words. And I'm still feeling a sleep deprived feeling and feeling the heavy pressure on my heart. So, excuse me. So last night I had downloaded a sound meter, and I try to do a research on like noise ordinances and stuff like that. I was trying to, I was trying to, I was trying to do like noise. I was trying to do like download a noise reader or something like that. So, and then I tried again to download a different kind of EMF reader, app. And then, like, the sound level is like, the meters read the same for both the sound meter and the EMF reader. Both of them, they both seem like they read the same. And so the guy, the baby daddy right there, it's like this morning he was on speakerphone and had a ghetto, ignorant, loud conversation that lasted so long. It was like over 2 hours, it seemed like, and the conversation was so loud that the decibel level went as high as up to 79. So it seemed like things is less quiet with him being here. So it's like with the kids, it's not their fault. They're innocent, but both of the parents are perps. And then I don't know about the dad, but the mom was putting the child, like I showed video, the mom was putting the child and dressing the children in purple clothes. So, last night also, I don't remember what time it was, but it was already dark. And I saw a drone, outside. And I felt like, well, y'all would have got mad at me for having so many videos cramped up in a short period of time, or certain videos I really wanted y'all to see, if y'all wouldn't be able to see those. So I didn't even document or record the drone that I saw, outside in the sky last night. And other targets on TikTok, they were all talking about the drones. And I'm like, well, damn, I should have did a video about the drones last night and uploaded. It probably would have been a shorts video too. So I didn't even upload it, But I always saw the drones when I was homeless on the streets, being forced to sleep outside. I had to deal with the drones hovering over me and stuff like that, excuse me. And sometimes it would be up to 4 or 5 drones. And they're too big to be a star, but they try to pretend that they're blending in with the real stars. But I can tell the difference between the fake drones and the real stars. So I was still able to sleep much better last night, and I woke up at 9 o'clock this morning. But I'm still feeling a sleep deprived feeling. And so I ate breakfast. It was between 10:30 and 11:30, but I don't remember. And then I had 2 muffins and some another half a small container of pineapples. So I don't know if it was the mixed green leafy vegetables or the pineapples, or I don't think it was the blueberries, because I had blueberries earlier this week and I don't think they helped me sleep that great. So I didn't even know if the pineapples or the green leafy vegetables contributed to helping me to sleep good. So I ate like a breakfast so late so that I won't have lunch, because I just got enough food for dinner tonight. So I guess I try to stretch as late as possible. So I went longer than 12 hours without eating. And then, I try to stretch out as much as possible to not eat, so that I can have, dinner by a certain time, because I didn't want to eat at 4 or 5 o'clock and then be hungry later on, or hungry throughout the middle of the night. So I have like only $2.08 in the bank, and maybe about 98 cents I counted, but then I found an extra quarter on the ground. So I guess $1.23, and plus $1.15 of value on the bus card, for the transit bus, So I'm trying to stretch out, excuse me. I'm trying to stretch out the food that I have until, Tuesday, which is the day after tomorrow. So So I'm like, I did address like the neighbor noise um to the landlord and the landlady and the housing place. But I'm afraid that they might falsely think that I'm the problem, or you know, if I make complaints. So like last night I tried, I was at wit's end. Excuse me. I was at wit's end last night, and I tried to call 211, and the lady over the phone, you know, seemed kind of unhelpful, but she gave me like a phone number to legal services or something like that. you know. So I'm sitting here feeling like, well, even though they're perps, I'm sitting here feeling like, well, I don't want to get my neighbors in trouble, or I'm scared of getting in some kind of trouble for me to document the gang stalking, and then I get punished for it. So as I said, like, I'm not even trying to be petty or trying to be a nuisance neighbor, but they are, you know, and I'm not trying to be a Karen. But see, the online gang stalkers act like they think they got rules for me, even though I blocked their accounts. And then they try to act like as if, you know, like the neighbors got the right to do whatever they want. And that, oh, you can't control them. But shut up, because your fake ass, I can't even see your cowardly face or know your name, but you're sitting here harassing and trying to control me. So the fake Mission Impossible perp, I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before, that against my consent, unauthorizedly shared one of my videos in a fake community post and trying to discredit me and call me mentally ill and falsely accuse me of idolizing and worshiping my mental illness or whatever, which I don't have mental illness. And any so-called mental illness is due to the trauma and abuse, the cult that I grew up in, the foster mom's abuse, foster care experimentation, and also, the gang stalking, narcissistic abuse. So I'm not the sicko that y'all try to falsely make me out to be. So I'm glad that, I was able to, I didn't get the 100% peace that I wanted, but I'm glad I was able to take like a kind of peaceful, somewhat, but I'll say the noise wasn't too bad, but I had a somewhat peaceful shower. It was like after 12:15 or something, I took a shower. Because I wanted to take one yesterday, and I wanted to take a detox bath. I wanted to take a detox bath yesterday because of this boil. It kind of shrunk a little bit, but this boil or cyst or something on my top left shoulder. On the top part between, I guess, the top part, the top left part of my back, by my shoulder blade, but like my shoulder, the back of my shoulder or my back, on the very top of my back, on the very top left side of my back. It's a boil or something, and then in the bottom middle of my back, feels like as if some skin irritation or dry or like rough skin patches or something, and I wanted to take a detox bath, but I can't because of the noise. So they, on a scale of 0 through 10 of my organs being squeezed, I'll say it was just barely like 0.5 or 1. So they didn't really do it that bad. But so they got some girls like at the house, one of the houses or apartments in front of me. That's it was looked like 4 girls, and they were all, they were little kids, and they looked like as if I didn't see like any adult supervision, you know. But I'm sitting here wondering, like, you know, I'm not gonna lie. It seems like the landlady has the potential to be like, a certain kind of mean, but I don't know. She just like it seemed like she seems like intimidating to me, But I don't know her that well. She might be a nice person, who knows? But at least once I had addressed the noise and the weed. So I feel like, like, take away the noise, like the noisy perp neighbors and the weed smell. I would love it. If it was more quiet all the time, I would love it here. But, I would love it here. But, they're trying to force me to hate it here. Excuse me. So, if it was the beginning or even maybe even the second week of the month, with it being a weekend, with them being noisy like that, I could have got on the bus and gone somewhere. Whether it got to be, well, excuse me, like when I was homeless, I didn't feel like Pensacola is boring. But now that I have this place to live, well, since I try to not be worldly or conform to the world, like I was downtown because I had really no choice or I didn't know where else to go. So, and it's like they have not stopped vibrating my body. But then the EMF readings and the sound readings, it seems like as if they try to not read that loud. But I can feel the vibrating so bad. Excuse me. So I know they have a zoo in Gulf Breeze that I've never been to, but I'm an adult and I'm just by myself. But when I used to work at the zoo in my hometown, New Orleans, a lot of people thought that was just for children. But sometimes you might see a single lone person or couples going there, like for a date, like for a date or something. But they supposedly got certain museums around here, and they have the beach. But, I'm not going swimming like at the regular, well, I can't go to the fake dirty YMCA no more. So I can't really go, I don't want to ruin my hair, Uh-oh, hold up. What is this? Bastard. Hold up. That was a spider. So, I mean, with the pool, like, I don't want to get my hair messed up. I mean, ruined by chlorine and stuff, you know. So, wrongfully banned from Sky Zone for the rest of my life. Excuse me, but I guess they do have certain attractions or certain things to do. But I mean, or I guess if I can look up things to do for free in Pensacola, but like due to the noise earlier, I started to try to make an effort to try to walk. Like, I guess it would take me an hour or two because it take me longer than everybody else to walk downtown. But I figure I just took a shower and I don't want to get dirty. I don't want to get dirty, you know. But I mean, all day yesterday, the noise torture was unbearable. So the noise torture was unbearable. And so this is preventing me from, well, I can barely do videos, like without distraction. And then I can't even concentrate or focus because of the vibrating torture from their bass and noise, you know. And then I can't even work on writing. I can't work on blogging. I can't work on anything. So people are already telling me that I should find somewhere else to move. But I don't have the money like that. And the only place else to move is to be back homeless again with nowhere to go. So I mean, if they say there's really no other housing and they try to make like Pensacola is overcrowded and that there's really no housing opportunities or whatever. But, you know, as I said, these neighbors right here seem like as if they're dangerous to approach. And them over there too, you know. So, I mean, I heard that when you're targeted and you're about to move in somewhere, that the gang stalking, like if you're on Section 8 or something, that the gang stalking or other low-income housing or whatever, that the gang stalking preparation is set up before you even, is put up in place and set up before you even move in. So that's why I feel like the lady at the housing place, I think she lied. And I don't even know if she wanted me to have housing or whatever, you know. But I'm glad to finally have a place to live and not be homeless because it was so hectic with the it's like homeless or housed being targeted like this. It seemed like a constant fight or flight, you know, constant fight or flight mode, always in survival mode, and can never really get to relax or have any peace or quiet. You know, but in the video that I did earlier talking about the lone person making noise versus when the gang stalkers do it, I couldn't even get to focus, so I didn't even get to say everything I wanted to or needed to say in that video. But, you know, they do this intentionally on purpose, And so, like, I don't even understand how or why it's considered legal to blast unnecessary, unimportant, loud music, and ruin your neighbor's life or ruin other people's lives. And then it seemed like as if people falsely perceive of you to be crazy, then they will fuck with and harass and torment you even more and ignorantly laugh and think it's funny and then publicize and show the world. It seems like as if the narcissistic abusers or narcissistic sociopath people outnumber people with empathy, or people who are nice, or people who care. So, as I said, due to their noise, their ghetto noise, they are inconsiderate enough that, and even, some people are like, oh, just buy earplugs. I got these earbuds with the white noise, and sometimes I can tune the voice, the audible noise out, but I can still feel all the vibrating from the bass or the low frequency, whatever, So, so it's like I have been wanting to keep the peace and try to stay away from everybody and stay out of trouble. But, I have been wanting to keep the peace and stay away from everybody and stay out of trouble, But, I do not want to ruin people's lives or, mess people up or anything like that. But they're giving me hell and torturing me up in here, So it seems like I hear the TV being blasted more or loud music when the guy is here. So like when it's a lone single person bothering you, it seems like the police will do something about it. And I heard that there are instances where you can sue your neighbors in small claims court, or if the landlord won't do anything, I heard you can sue the landlord. Because when I was living in Jefferson, Shrewsbury, part of my hometown, New Orleans, they had drug deals going on and gang stalking. And the landlord wouldn't do anything about it. And they refused to let me out of my lease. So all the neighbors became gang stalkers, and then they spread the word to other neighbors and had them turn into perps also. It spread like viral wildfire. And before I knew it, it was almost every house on the block or every car nearby. And one time, it was like a Friday night / Saturday morning. And they had perps, ghetto perps, around the corner that didn't live there, but they were parked around the corner and blasting loud music. So then I try to ask them to turn the music down, and they pretty much I don't remember what threats they made, but I don't even remember how they threatened me. But they threatened me. I don't even remember if they threatened to hurt me or made death threats or try to scare me. I don't remember what they did. So So some people try to tell me just ignore it or focus on something productive or positive. No, the only way I can focus on something different is they need to stop they need to stop that shit. They need to stop, stop being petty, with them being petty and childish and torture you as a form of ghetto revenge, you know. So it's like the neighbors already know, because if they're gang stalkers, it feels like it feels like as if I'm living in hell. Now I can't get any peace or comfort whether I'm housed or homeless. So, but I think that man 3 doors down, I think it was twice. It was after hours and he was blasting the loud music. But, I hope he doesn't end up doing it today. And if he does, I hope I can see him to try to remind him to stop it. But, if I keep on documenting the gang stalking activity, like especially with the noise, like even other professed targeted individuals, they act like as if they're frustrated and then narcissistically act like as if they're frustrated and annoyed with my videos. But yeah, like when you're dealing with a lone stalker or a lone person that's bothering you or doing something, everybody encourage you to document and take it very, very seriously to the fullest extent of the law. But when you're one person being ganged up on by perps, they just tell you ignore it. Like any other human trafficking, people people want you to go to the police and if it's one person trying to traffic you, then that something's usually done. But then other times they want to a lot of the times when it comes to rape and human trafficking, they want to try to criminalize the victim. And that's one of the reasons why victims suffer in silence, or they're forced to be muzzled and suffer, stay silent. So but I need the noise and the vibrating to stop. It's paralyzing me and impeding me from being able to function and do things I want to or need to do. Like, as I said, all day yesterday, I couldn't even, with their noise campaigns, I couldn't even get to take a shower yesterday. And I couldn't work on any writing or anything. Or I couldn't even think to focus on, having my mind cleared and try to document very important things that I need to do this week. Because it's the first week of the month. So I have a lot of, I got to deal with bills to pay, errands to run, groceries, laundry, sending off, letters, and try to see about getting certain important things done. But I can't even focus or think about, the list that I need to make in order to fulfill these obligations. And sometimes these behind me, on this side, sometimes they might have their noise too, but not nearly as bad as them. Like they're trying to do the shit every day and make sure I have no peace or quiet. Make sure I don't get to have a peaceful or quiet moment. And as I said, they're younger than me. You got kids that's babies. Yeah, you're younger than 40 years old. I don't even know if they're 30, but, and even, Saturday when a skank perp neighbor, when she tried to pretend to be fake nice, but I could tell that she talked like she was pretending to be fake nice, but talking to me like as if I'm really, really retarded and don't know any better. Like that. I told y'all she's a narcissistic abuser, an abusive narcissistic ghetto perp. So while everybody's trying to control my life and steal my rights away fraudulently and illegally, but then again, everybody else is free to do do as they please. But I'm not free to do as I please, and I'm not free to live as I please. And it seems like because of my income, I'm forced to either be homeless or live in shitty places like this. I can't even, like, I will die never being close to the opportunity of being a homeowner because of forced low income all my life. Like, my income has never really been close to, the opportunity to get to be a homeowner or even own a vehicle. And now, with the finances I have, even with the rent being low, I can't even afford to financially rent a car for a day. Like, rent a vehicle for one day to go and drive around in, to maybe get errands run more quickly, to get multiple errands done, like, all in one day. Or, so many jobs, they won't hire me, and if they do, I get workplace miles. But most jobs I cannot work because of the noise. Like, I cannot work at the mall because of noise. I can't work at Publix and fake Walmart or any department or retail or grocery store because of loud music being forced upon people, So, and there's loud music everywhere being forced upon people. I heard that was part of the silent weapons for quiet wars and part of the brainwashing and New World Order agenda in a war for your mind and a battle for your soul. So these neighbors, they're brainwashed. They don't know the truth because if they were awakened to the truth, you wouldn't even have a TV in your house. You wouldn't even listen to the trash music that these idiots rap about, And so it's like it's like I can't believe people still, don't know the truth and could care less about the truth. They don't even want to wake up. Well, how people say, wake up out of the matrix. Out of the matrix conspiracy. But in my predicament, though, I would like to make a total, transformation, the transformation of, my diet. But I mean, I get, as I said, if like people thought something was wrong with me when I called myself going grocery shopping at the farmer's market, excuse me, grocery shopping at the farmer's market, they think you're crazy and just wasting all your money. And I'm like, why am I getting these kind of comments when people encourage you to shop at farmers markets so you know exactly what you're eating and you know exactly what's in your food and you know exactly, I mean, it's about the purest food that you can get and trustworthy local farmers and supporting local, you know, but even in these churches that serve or sell food, you know, even these so-called Christian churches or the food pantries and food banks will serve or give away, you know, bad GMO junk food, and people yell at me and tell me to stop eating that stuff. But financially, I don't have a choice, you know, especially if the finances is really, really tight. I really don't have a choice. So, excuse me, but when I was living in a cabin, you know, the online gang stalkers would gossip and talk about me buying expensive, nasty food and stuff. How you gonna call something nasty that you never tried? You know, so I mean, random people who are not the obsessed stalker perps, they will say that my food looks good. You know, they'll say it looks good. So I try. And so, like, if people who have an unbiased opinion about me, that's not gang stalkers or even supportive TIs that's open-minded, or even if they're not targeted, if you're unbiased or if your mind is not tainted with the smear campaigns about me, you know, some people, they like my short stories. But the online stalker haters try to force everybody to hate my short stories or to not support, for me to try to make a living like that. And then my short stories or ebooks, they were gossiping, try to make attempts to make it go viral, you know, and talk about this is Candy's latest scam, you know. So they try to, if there's nothing negative or bad that they can find about you, they will start to make up shit. Invent stuff out of thin air to smear campaign to make you look really bad or make you look and sound really, 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 really crazy. You know, so due to the ghetto perp noise campaigns and noise harassment, I'm being hindered from making a living since I don't have a car, you know, I'm being hindered from making a living, the opportunity to make a living with the work at home or work from home job opportunity, you know. So, because as I said, this one company said that if I can get permanent housing again, you know, a permanent residence, then that opportunity the job is still waiting for me. That the job was always waiting for me. So, but I'm surprised that next rep did not hire me, or I tried certain transcription jobs, you know. But I didn't realize it was part of the gang stalking. Like previous places that I lived at, it would be more quiet during the day than at nighttime. And then they make all their noise all throughout the night. But here, you know, I'm glad I can get some quiet at night, but not when she's has her damn TV on. And she just recently started doing that. That's how I know she's doing it on purpose to be evil. Sometimes these people be noisy at night. So I try to be respectful and try to not do like the videos like I'm sitting down doing. I try to be respectful and not do, my talking videos at night living up in here, But in Bloomington, like it was a separate cabin, But I think the perp neighbor behind me when I was there, he had, I think a few times, I think I may have heard his TV a few times at night, But then the other neighbors around me were pretty quiet until after they built the couple of new cabins. After they built those, then I had those perp neighbors directly across from me that would be loud day or night and even after hours. And then they would have the perps in the neighborhood revving up loud vehicles on Friday and Saturday nights being just jerk idiots. And then the perps from down the street in Bloomington, they would pass by in either a black or a red truck, arm hanging out the window and blaring loud music. Or they would sit at the stop sign blaring loud music for a good 10 minutes. And some of the gang stalkers, it seem like they're hoping, they do all that shit hoping that they can get you to go outside and film them so that they can hurry up and gaslight you when you make attempts at trying to. So they'll try to hurry up and stop. So that, and they do it with the noise, or they'll do it with, having their arm hanging out the window, or they will try to distort your video. So being low income and all that, I didn't even realize they had so many government incentives that people could take advantage of, but it's like I didn't even try to take advantage of every low income opportunity, But, people always talking about people, leeching off the government or trying to live free load off the government or whatever, But, well, at least, I don't even know if that guy, like, he disappeared for a few weeks, So, I don't know if he went to jail, but at least they have the kids, at least they have their dad in their house, or a father present, but damn, they doggone perps. Because, a lot of times a black single mother with 6 kids and 6 different baby daddies, and, none of them are present. And none of them do shit for any of the baby mama or any of the kids. And she got to be forced to fend for herself. So, then, because I remember like several years ago, I heard people like, Tommy Sotomayor wasn't the only one, but they had a lot of people who shunned black women, saying that they're welfare queens. So, I understand that too, but it seems like as if we're all playing into the hands of the New World Order plans. You know, they already, like, families already broken and destroyed and not loyal to each other. You know, and then the school to prison pipeline, you know, the school to prison pipeline, I meant to say, school to prison pipeline, you know, where they talk about the idea of where they brainwash kids to prepare for prison, not career. Like they lied and said that school is to prepare you for a career, but it's really to prepare you to go to prison. So then the poor, low income black families in the hood or the projects or whatever, you know, if it's multi-generational, you know, single black mother with multiple kids, multiple baby daddies, and every single last one of them be the daddies, you know, being locked up in prison, or they be in and out of jail, in and out of prison, constantly committing crimes. But then again, I've seen hood documentaries, you know, where the gangbangers or whatever were justified that they do what they do as a survival mechanism because they know that being black, that they're blocked from getting certain opportunities, or that they you know, they can't even get a job. Or you see ghetto family members committing fraud and use your name. Like they might open up credit cards or phone lines or open up cable bills in your name and then don't even pay the bill, and that fall back on you, and you can't even get a job or whatever. So I was 18 years old when I found out that somebody stole my identity. But I didn't even know, like, and then I came to find out that certain biological family members, you know, had credit cards or whatever in my name. So I was way like 18 years old and somebody had a Dillard's credit card in my name. And I had no idea who it was. But then come to find out, I forgot how the biological nephew John or certain other family members, you know, put certain things in my name, messing up my credit or whatever, you know. And then family members bullying me out of student loan money and this and that years ago, and left me in thousands of dollars worth of debt. And me having difficulty standing up for myself or standing up for them because I didn't know how. Because the foster family, you know, they didn't really teach us train us in anything proper or anything righteous. The foster mom did not biblically train us up in the way that we should go. So it seemed like in the black community, it seemed like as if the only way to get success is they trying to manipulate that the only way you can get ahead or get success is to sell out a family member or a friend, and you know, to sell them out and sell your soul to the devil, and then you can get all these successful businesses. Or if you be Masonic, then you get to be successful. But you know, so it's like I was trying to say that just because you're black, does not mean that you have to glorify and live up to the ignorant stereotypes that Hollywood tries to portray about our people. You know, but they got some people that, like, you 40 and 50 something years old, and everything about you is just obnoxious, loud, ghetto, and ignorant. and uncivilized. And so, but it seemed like even certain, decent black people, though, decent black people who might go into like a nursing career, or something like that, it's very hard. I mean, they even, be given a hard time, you know. But then again, it's like that in the Latino community as well, if they try to be loud and obnoxious and try to live up to the ignorant stereotype, the way that Hollywood wants us to be. So, like, order out of chaos and the Illuminati and the elite and everything, they create a crisis to manipulate us to act out of control. And then they already have the solution before the problem, reaction, solution, order out of chaos. So that they try to manipulate us to act unruly so that they can have a prison kind of control. That's sort of like when the narcissistic abuser in your life will antagonize and provoke you to get mad and go off so that they can have a fake justification and fake excuse to try to torture and punish you. Sort of like that. So, excuse me. So, I mean, I guess they be trying to have like certain programs to try to keep kids from growing up, with the ghetto hood ignorant mindset, or, I guess trying to help kids to better themselves and maybe improve their literacy or something like that. But it seems like certain people, all they want to do is just break the law all day, every day. But then again, they got the white side where, they devil worshippers, and not all white people. I'm talking about, certain white people who, will be that person that will blast loud metal, heavy metal or rock or techno, or they might be like a satanic drummer themselves, a whole bunch of tattoos, and like they're up all night just drumming or blasting satanic loud music or whatever, and you're disturbing your neighbor or whatever. And then they have like the Hispanic people that have like, blaring like, super loud music in multiple households and their lavish parties every doggone day. And so it seemed like, but the Asian people, I don't really see them blaring super loud music. Some of them do, but a lot of the time, like with conversations, they get together and they talk really damn loud, But, well, the Middle Eastern people, some of them, it's like they set up shop to have corner stores in black neighborhoods. In my hometown, New Orleans, they be loud. I mean, they be trying to be more hood, more thug, and more ghetto than us. But then, at the same time, they don't like us and they prejudice of us. Or they're quick to want to kick you out or ban you from their business, or they treat you like a criminal, like a criminal or a potential thief. But people even say that the black community needs to learn how to come together. They even say the TI community needs to learn how to come together. But they even say the Christians need to learn how to come together. And that basically no matter what color or race, that the real Christianity is supposed to not follow traditions but worship in spirit and in truth. So but at least the baby daddy is home, you know, but at least he's present, around the kids. But damn, the whole household, ghetto, and I can't even get any doggone peace. So I'm pretty sure that she probably put stuff in his head or smear campaign me to him to have him act a certain way. But attitude wise, he said hello a time or two, but he hasn't like treated me mean yet. But I've seen like him do like perp stuff, like, with the noise, and also the same time entry exit tactic, but I'm exhausted and tired of moving. I had gotten tired of being homeless. Even in 2018, I had been homeless a couple of months. And even in 2018, 2019, I felt like homelessness was taking a toll on me. And it was unbearable. And you don't get to get proper rest, peace and quiet. The idea of, not being able to sleep anywhere, or not being allowed to sleep anywhere, or being criminalized for having to sleep anywhere. And criminalized for sleeping anywhere. And then you got a hotel room and you got to check out at 11, and you got little to no sleep the night before because of hotel neighbors, having ghetto noise campaigns or whatever, And then the hotel staff won't do anything, and they feel like because you're homeless, excuse me, you gotta be considered as of less value or lower value of a human, or like you deserve to be punished with less rights than everybody else. So if you're homeless and employed and trying to stay in a hotel, and then you got to get up and go to work the next morning, you can't even perform because of the hotel neighbors. Or if you're targeted and being gang stalked, dealing with multiple neighbors deliberately and intentionally either coming by near your house blasting loud music, or dealing with perp neighbors that's going to bright their lights in your face on purpose while you're trying to sleep. Or being sexually assaulted, or you got to worry about your stuff being stolen from you, your valuables, being stolen from you, or somebody you got to be, excuse me, afraid of if somebody wants to try to drug you up or rape you while you're trying to sleep or in your sleep. Or you got to be forced hypervigilant, or walking around with if you got to be hypervigilant, or you're walking around with no place where you can lay your head and no place to use the bathroom or anything like that. That's about as vulnerable and out and open that you can be. And a lot of people falsely assume that that you choose to put yourself in these predicaments. When you're being targeted and shuffled around, you shouldn't be the victim should not have to be to blame. You shouldn't have to be to blame. So but even if that's how they try to corner me, like that I basically have zero rights to live or breathe until or unless I sell my soul. So they want to lie to people and say Candy's lazy and don't want to work. But they're frustrated and mad that I don't want to become a perp and sell out. So, and they act like they hate me, and it's like, I feel like this. If I see that certain other perps, certain other people they are actually perps, I meant to say. I'm sorry, my wording didn't come out right. People who are perps even complain about financially struggling. Well, why do I need to become one? What is the point of me selling out and becoming a perp and my financial predicament or my living arrangements or my living situation would not even improve? They got some people out here perping for nothing. I heard they got certain people that be perping for free, and I heard like there's supposedly certain levels, and I heard that all gang stalking is Masonic. I heard all of it is Masonic. Freemasons run the world. They control the world. But some people say, no, it's not the Freemasons, it's witches. Well, Freemasons practice witchcraft. And then there's the Freemason initiation, and there's the witchcraft initiation, and the Illuminati initiations and all that. They all practice like along the lines of same stuff, but they just call it different names, I guess, So becoming a gang stalker and then everybody still got the same opinion about me, that would be like joining a cult where nobody likes you. So why should I try to participate in such things? It seems like as if I'm going to die in this predicament. It doesn't seem like things will improve. Like, as I said, people were telling me that having a bachelor's degree under my belt, that I ought to be guaranteed to have a career field or with a salary of at least $36,000 a year. And if I had that kind of income, I wouldn't need to be in low-income housing. But I heard that even aside from low-income housing, in regular apartments and houses, you have to deal with, no matter what color or the race, jackass neighbors that's gonna, it seems like they just do whatever to try to get other neighbors in trouble and torture them and give them a hard time. And it seems like if you got issues with asshole neighbors, then the gang stalking might be more rampant than we realize. If you got jackass neighbors from hell, it's either neighbors that would like if they have certain people that's maliciously trying to be petty and pick on her and harass their neighbor by making up stuff, like making up fake complaints on purpose, hoping that they can get rid of you and hoping that they can get you evicted because they don't like you. So if they lie and make up shit, but if they have neighbors that will try to control your house by, like if they have certain neighbors that complain about the next door neighbor not cutting their grass, I'm like, well, motherfucker, if your grass is cut and you got a fence, what the hell you worried about their grass for? Or, or idiot neighbors deliberately and on purpose park in your driveway. If they park in your driveway when they got their own driveway, or they put their trash cans for garbage day, if they put it on your property, or if they put their plants on your property, or if they have their dogs to trespass on your side, So, yeah. So it looked like they got multiple people who stay in this on this side. But as I said, I really don't want to be like a little tattletale or being looked at like as a tattletale or whatever. Like with cars being parked here. Like I try to mind my business about that. But I'm not even trying to like enforce all the doggone rules here. But my main issue is the noise campaigns, the noise harassment, the gang stalking activity, and the weed smoking. And me being made to feel unsafe and be afraid of being hurt. But I'm surprised living up in this place. I'm surprised for there to be any good-hearted people here. But sometimes the good-hearted people flip or change or start to act different. If they've been compromised or been recruited or initiated to join the gang stalking cult network. So yesterday on Twitter, excuse me, sorry. Yesterday on Twitter, excuse me, sorry. Yesterday on Twitter, there was somebody who made a tweet that reminded me that basically they said the gang stalking is fraudulent. That you get paid to gift cards and you don't have to pay taxes. You get paid gift cards to ruin lives of innocent people. They said that the terrorist watch list is a big scam and a big fraud. They said that the terrorist watch list is a fraud itself. So me trying to make an honest living, the deluded gang stalking cult network falsely accused me of scam and fraud for trying to make an honest living. They don't even want me with a regular job. And the people who won't hire me, they be narcissistic and abusive, who think that they're too good to hire me to work. So some people say that they were glad to become a homeowner so that they wouldn't have to live in apartments and deal with, idiots from low IQ neighbors, deal with idiocy from low IQ neighbors. So they have people who have jobs that they can barely perform, or people who trying to go to school or go to college or something, and they can't even study. And I had that problem when I was going to college. I couldn't even study because of ghetto neighbors blaring super loud music, and you got to be forced to leave your house and go to the library, like inconvenience yourself out of your own sanctuary or the comfort of your own home, and have to get out and go to the library and then try to get some peace and quiet, and then dealing with gang stalking. Oh, you got to deal with noise at the library, and the librarians don't want to do anything. They'll bitch at me for having a bottle of water to drink, but people can blast loud music from their cell phones at the library. Or they can eat whatever they want. Excuse me. So it seems like me being targeted is torture, whether I'm housed or homeless. It's unbearable. But, if it weren't for the noise campaigns and the vibrating and the gang stalking and the weed, you know, during the quiet moments, I would love it here. Or at least feel kind of cozy living here. You know, I didn't get to feel that comfort when I was in Bloomington. But, you know, without the noise and the ghetto perp neighbors and stuff and the weed smoking, I can love it here. I could really love it here or enjoy it here, you know. But I'm like, wow, they're making attempts at trying to run me out of here to try to make me back homeless again. And basically, when I called 211, the lady was unhelpful and pretty much sided with the perp neighbors. You know, I tried to ask her for what advice or solutions. And so she basically sided with them, you know. So, excuse me. But I say that I wish that I lived in the era, like maybe the 1800s or something. There might have still been segregation or whatever, but at least I didn't. At least in the 1800s, I wouldn't have to worry about the ghetto noise, you know, loud noise or loud music, you know, or satanic devil worshiping loud music, you know. So they still got people that's brainwashed and not awakened to the truth. And they conform to the world and they go downtown or any city and state, you know, go downtown and go to bars and go partying, drinking, being, being desensitized with the loud music at parties and stuff, you know, or going to clubs. But, you know, now that I'm not homeless, well, a lot of restaurants have bars in them, you know, like the bar seating area of restaurants. But me being homeless, you know, if I was never homeless, I would not have set foot in any bars. But in my hometown, New Orleans, Ramona took me to a bar or manipulated me into going to a bar like maybe once or twice. But other than that, I would never really go to bars or go to the clubs. You know, I would never really go to the bars or the clubs or anything like that. You know, never really went party. Except that one time that my family members and one of their neighbors, you know, tried to take me to this club and they set me up that night. And I already had a bad day. I almost lost my life earlier that day. Excuse me. So I had a car accident that Ramona, I think she did voodoo on me and set me up with the car accident. And then later on, you know, with the rental car, it was 2005 before Hurricane Katrina. I knew absolutely nothing about gang stalking. And one headlight was broken due to the car accident. And the cousin's neighbors, you know, my cousin's neighbors set me up to get pulled over by the police. And on purpose, you know, deliberately and maliciously set me up to get pulled over by the police. Excuse me. And so I had an emotional meltdown and cried. And, you know, that girl was acting like a perp and was treating me like I was really, really retarded. And then that Verda neighbor, and ever since then, Rebecca, my cousin, Rebecca, you know, she was only 14 years old. And from that day forward, that was the first time Rebecca ever had an attitude with me. That was the first time she ever disrespected me. And Rebecca used to love me. Blake, when he was alive, Blake used to love me. And so Rebecca became a perp slut at 14 years old. So, I mean, that night, Rebecca just flipped on me and never been the same. Never been the same. And I could never get, well, Blake is deceased, but Rebecca still being alive, I can never get that innocent Rebecca back. I can never get that Rebecca back that I knew. You know, Monica, I can never get that old Monica back. I can never get that old Sean back. I can never get that old Mark back. Well, no, Mark, Wyatt, and Brandy, I grew up with them in foster care, so there was never really a good relationship with them anyway. And Ramona has always been a problem. So, you know, pretty much all my family is against me now. But certain family members, as I said, used to love me. But it seems like Raymond is trying to make amends, and trying to, trying to be more respectful and trying to be more loving. But a lot of times he still be acting like an ignorant jerk too. Drunk Lady Yvonne has always been a problem. But Daryl Jr., I could never get that Daryl back. That dude, they call him dude, I could never get him back. He even they even got him. They even spiritually infected him with the gang stalking virus. That's like they spiritually infected David James with the gang stalking perp virus. With the gang stalking virus, So, if there's any noise out there, I got my earbuds in, so I'm sorry. I'm sorry for any noise. So it's like 4:13 right now. I'm sitting here, trying to wait 2 hours to eat. But I'm really hungry. I'm kind of really hungry right now. But I want to wait 2 more hours to eat dinner. I don't want to eat right now. But, So it seems like as if the gang stalking, the vibrating at this very second, it seemed like it toned down a little bit. Like the first 30 or 45 minutes of the video, the vibrating noise was really heavy. And it seems like they're blasting the very loud football game. So if people knew the truth and was receptive to it, they would, they would hate. They wouldn't even support or like football. They have a lot of people who deprogrammed and turned away from, they realized the truth and they turned away from sports, entertainment, food, big pharma medicine, and, trying to change their lives around. And sometimes it might be spiritual if you're a Christian, and because they got some people who say that they're Christian, but they are still brainwashed and do worldly things, So I really wanted to get to a point where if I can eat healthy and eat natural and organic, even though it can't be every item, but try as best or as much as possible, as much as my finances would allow, to eat healthier and eat better. I already don't take big pharma medicine, poison no more. I already don't take big pharma poison medicine no more. And I don't take that no more. And excuse me, I heard that there are ways like cilantro water and bentonite clay, can help you detox fluoride. But I still got the mercury metal fillings in my mouth, which I don't have the finances to get the fillings or a holistic dentist to get the fillings removed and get a holistic dentist. Excuse me. So I'm stuck with that. But I heard that without the mercury fillings in my mouth, if I could have detoxed, I heard that I was supposed to be skinny a long time ago. Be back skinny a long time ago. But I don't even know if I get a certain age and lose all my teeth. I don't want to lose my teeth though. But would it take for me to be 50, 60 something, 70 something years old and lose my teeth? And then once the teeth are gone, then I could be skinny. No, I don't want it like that. I wish that I could, have all my teeth, the remaining teeth left, and just get the toxic mercury out of my mouth. But I heard that can be a life risk to kill you since it's so toxic. So, like, I heard that if somebody swallow a filling by accident, I heard they can die from that. Just like I heard if an abscess, tooth abscess, I heard that if any of the infection, if you swallow any of it, you can die. So, I try to, I quit. Sometimes I relapse and go back to, listening to secular music. But then, I try to not listen to secular music, but a lot of times it's forced upon me by other people's noise, But but I try on my own to not listen to secular worldly music anymore. And I need to get to a point where I won't eat GMO or bioengineered food, or try as best as possible not to, But the tap water, I don't have anything. I don't have the money or be able to afford to, with the tap water to get to, filter out fluoride and other contaminants. So, and I don't take medicine no more. So I'm trying to, like, even yesterday I was trying to listen to the Bible and had difficulty. They waited until, like, what do you do when you're a Christian and the moment you try to have quiet time with God, or you try to read or listen to the Bible or try to go to pray, and you try to do it privately, and they create the worst ghetto noise campaign, or even if it's not ghetto, like whatever other musical noise campaign or some other noise, like we're dealing with the gang stalking. If they had the manufactured fake construction noise for the purpose solely for noise harassment, noise campaign, or whatever, and the noise pollution, I heard that it really take a toll on your health. So people say if it weren't for the mercury fillings in my mouth, I wouldn't have these autistic symptoms, or be so hypersensitive. But all this shit was done from foster care. They did so many different unwanted medical experimentation on me from a child. I can't even say everything on here, So I feel so much tightness on my heart with the from the previous days of inadequate sleep. But yeah, last night I was able to, get better sleep. But I'm still feeling like the pressure on my heart, like extreme, like very a whole lot of pressure on my heart, and my body still feels kind of weak, so I didn't realize, with the government assistance that you can get like a discounted laptop. I would like to try to look into getting a discounted laptop, and if I can try to get food stamps back rolling again, but me being disabled, even though I'm disabled, I felt like I always wanted to be independent, and I never wanted to be a government leech, but it's other people trying to play God that's, holding you down and bringing you down and keeping you down. And it seems like a difficult maze, like it seems like as a trap maze, like an advanced level maze that you can't even get out of. You know how they have like easy, like if there's a maze or whatever, and you play a game, and the maze is where, like, if it's easy and simple or medium or hard or advanced level, they make it more difficult. So it's not an easy maze. It was like very, very difficult maze to get out of. So I heard that there are certain programs that, if you got food stamps or SSI or something, there are certain programs of low price or low price or discount or free things you can participate in, if you get these associated with these programs, But this past week, every time I try to email the America Works Ticket to Work program, even the main one in New York, they always ignore my emails. So I try to link up, try to link back up with the Social Security Ticket to Work program. I can't even do voc rehab because those bastards won't let you work full time. They only allow you to work part-time. But I don't even know if voc rehab, if I can link back up with them again. But then they would try to force me back into the mental health system, which I don't want. And they try to make it like you're a bad person, trying to talk about control your behavior and all that, Like the lady from last night from the 211, that bitch tried to give me the phone number to the mental health Lakeview. So, and everybody try to force mental health on me, but everybody else is free to do what they want. But it's like, they won't even allow me to work or be independent. They want to try to coercively infantilize me. So I was trying to say that that she pretended to be fake nice. Today's Sunday, so that was yesterday morning, Saturday. So she talked to me like a fake nice version of as if I was really, really retarded and don't know no better. I was able to sense that she was still trying to pretend to be fake nice, but talk to me like a retard, but that doesn't know any better. And that's how people with narcissistic personalities, they'll treat you very mean and dirty. But the rare time that they want to pretend to be fake nice and they want to treat you very, trying to treat you very, a fake nice, but treating you very, very elementary, like talking to you like very, very elementary. So, well, I mean, Wednesday I heard that they had I heard that Wednesday they have you know, that test thing going on, through everybody's cell phones. And I don't know what's going to happen or how it's supposed to happen. But I heard that they reversed or canceled the government shutdown that was supposed to start today. And so, like, tomorrow, I will be still broke with only a couple of dollars to my name. But then Tuesday, I'm not sure how I'm supposed to go pay the rent. If I got to get out and go to the store, if I got to go to the store and, if I got to go to the store and go get a money order, and, well, Tuesday I have to pay my phone bill. My electricity bill is already paid, through the donation money. Yeah, I use the donation money to pay for the electricity bill. So I paid that. And so I need to ask how, am I supposed to, do I pay by money order or, who do I write pay to the order of? I forgot. I think I did forget to ask those questions, or maybe if they were told to me, I forgot. Or maybe I need to go back and look at the handbook or something. I can't even find the handbook. It's somewhere in one of those storage bins. So maybe I can ask the landlady. And then I got some more Social Security business to take care of. I don't know if I can do laundry and try to see about food stamps this week. I don't know if I can get those accomplished this week. But, I really, really wanted to treat myself, for accomplishing getting off the streets. But, I said I would try to not let the gang stalking network make me back homeless again. So, I even try to, read the Bible or pray to try to counteract the attacks. And it seemed like as if the attacks intensify. But if next Saturday I can have the opportunity, or next weekend I can have the opportunity to get out and go somewhere. But financially, I can't go nowhere. So, well, I wanted to say that man, he had for me to come look at the sofa bed yesterday, or the 2 couches yesterday. Well, he seemed like a decent person, but I don't know if he's a perp. And, he didn't seem like as if he would be a perp or had give me cursed furniture or anything. He seemed like decent and honest, but neither one of us had a way to get the furniture put in here. Excuse me, the furniture didn't look bad really. He said he was gonna give it to me for free. So it didn't seem like it was in that bad of shape or condition. I mean, I'll take it, but so I'm thankful and glad for the gesture, you know, if he got good intentions. So, excuse me. Because being targeted, it seems like you got to be wary of people who even act like they want to be nice or do something nice for you, and then it's always some trap or some catch or some setup, or it's for them to try to bait you in with something. So I would really appreciate it, if he really got good intentions. So, well, if I don't get that, then what else is I would have to go and buy my own mattress or something. And I mean, I would like to get the discounted laptop, and I need to get dishes, and I need to get me like a hoodie, because my jacket that I have, the zipper broke. So I need to get me like a hoodie or another jacket. And like this is October. November or December, I would need to get like a big winter coat, like a bigger coat, but sweatpants, pants, socks, underclothes, I'm good. But I got a few pairs of flip flops, but I really need to try to get another pair of sneakers, tennis shoes. But I don't even really have much of a reason to dress up. But I probably would need like a pair. A pair of dress shoes or something. But not. I don't need the dress shoes now. But I kind of really need some new tennis shoes or sneakers. But I'm just thinking out loud of things that I need to get for me. But for October, I don't know if I will reach the threshold to be able to cash out from YouTube revenue. But if not, I might have to wait till November or December. But so yeah. So far as I know, in the meantime, I would have to use my own money for food this month. And since I'm still kind of new here, I still have some things that I need. But I'm sitting here feeling fear every day, being scared of being evicted, or I'm even more so afraid of getting injured or murdered. But people think that I'm just being petty and childish, but some people say that they're just doing it for the gang stalking documentation, like documenting everything. Some people tell me to document everything, and other people say ignore them and don't pay them no mind. But then they say it like as if I'm too slow to understand, or they're disgusted, annoyed, and frustrated with me. But excuse me. So, well, I gotta get going, and I hope that I didn't mean for anybody to be offended at anything I said. Well, the perps, fuck y'all, but I'm talking about my supportive subscribers. I didn't mean for y'all to be offended at anything I said in this video, But I have a couple of blog posts and a short story that I was planning to work on, but with the noise campaigns and me feeling sleep deprived, I can't really work on anything. So I'll see y'all. Love y'all. Bye.